Hi guys, it's James here from Sunseeker Southampton. We're in the middle of lockdown in the quarantine period where the marina here around me is desperately quiet. Never seen so few people around. I come in a couple of times a week to check our stock boats. We've got about £16 million worth of new and used stock that we keep on site here. So just checking boats in the water, the heaters are on, pumps are working, that sort of thing, just to ensure everything's up and running for when the season starts again. But just whilst I'm here, we've got a boat that's literally just arrived off transport last week. Hasn't been prepped for sale yet, but I just thought whilst you're all stuck at home, it'd be nice just to show you around what a Sunseeker Superhawk 43 is like. So if I just spin the camera around behind me here, this is Moonbeam. She's a 2007 Sunseeker Superhawk 43. These were in the Quantum of Solace James Bond film a few years back. We built a few of them with surface drives, but the majority are in a stern drive configuration like we see here. So this particular one's powered by a pair of Volvo Penta D6 350 6-cylinder engines, which are on these DPH drives. So it gives a top speed around 42.5 knots, so pretty quick boat, very easy to drive fast. We've got that twin step hull you can see underneath there, so she's riding on a cushion of bubbles all the time. Really cool looking boat. It's hard to really stand back and get her in the full profile here in the boatyard, but so literally off the lorry, not been cleaned yet, so you'll have to excuse the dirt as we have a wander around today, so straight off the road. So we've got this lovely black gel coat hull from factory. She's third owner from new. We've literally just taken her in part exchange against a larger Sunseeker. They weigh in just over 44 feet long. So very narrow. They are dry stackable on certain forklifts. Unfortunately, none of the South Coast forklifts here can take her, but certainly some of the American sites and some of the European ones would have no problem at all. So we just have a wander around beneath the road grime. I have to say the hull looks pretty good for the age. Very little sun fade, and I'm sure with a cut and polish that black hull is really going to come back to a nice luster. Sunseeker gel coat always very high quality, which does allow you to cut it back and bring that luster back. We've got a bow thruster, which was an option up forward there for easy docking, and normally as part of a prep we would sand back the bottom and put on a fresh coat of anti-foul. That's the protective bottom paint on the bottom there. She's had a retrofitment of some LED lighting here under the platform, which look like they sit just above the waterline. We've got large trim tabs, so we change all the anodes, that sort of thing, clean the drives up, polish the props and what have you, normally as part of the prep. So she's a late 2006 build, 2007 model, about 560 hours I think from memory, but we'll have a look on the computers in a sec. See my little box of keys and PPE equipment there for going around the stock. So we've got teak laid platform here, all looks pretty good shape, nothing that a good two-part treatment won't bring back nicely, and again that runs forward through into the cockpit. Signature Sunseeker colour scheme here, so we've got blue and white canvas in the half sunbathing area, and then we've got white with a blue piping in the cockpit area. That all looks pretty good, just needs a clean, a little bit yellow just on the edges there, but nothing that I'm sure a heavy duty deep clean won't sort out. Previous owners retrofitted some new Fusion speakers, so they've got LED backlights in. I believe there's 4 of those in the cockpit plus a subwoofer. Forward facing radar arch here, so very sleek looking, and then she's got a bimini that runs aft off the frame here, and then a full camper enclosure, so we can enclose the whole cockpit here. Makes it a practical space if you want to use the boat perhaps when the weather's not quite so nice. And then she's also got a tonneau for storage, which just comes straight down over the cockpit. You'll see walking up the side decks here, pretty good access if I'm honest. Rails are very low, so you have to stoop down to grab hold of them, but feels very safe. And there's a couple of bow cushions down in the cabin downstairs that sit in that centre section on the deck there. We've got an opening hatch down to the lower deck cabin for ventilation, and then there's an anchor locker up forward. Lovely stainless steel anchor. Really high quality these boats. You can see lovely stainless steel rails, deck cleats. The fittings are beautiful. Up on the arch as well here, she's had a nav upgrade at some stage, so there's a newer Raymarine, that's a 24-inch dome and a set of Kallenberg air horns underneath. So they've got a compressor, really powerful and loud. Twin painted VHF aerials there. And if we come back round, to excuse all the fenders here, so the boat hasn't been fully prepped for doing this. I just thought I'd have a quick look while we were here. So we've got a electric griddle. She's got a generator, so that will run on the mains, or if you're out at sea, little sink there. It's a 4 kilowatt generator from memory. Tucked underneath, I won't open it up, but there's a little fridge. And then the cupboard behind the fenders there is the battery switches, and then there's storage under all these seats for boating paraphernalia. Dashboard has had a repaint in a few years back in the OEM Sunseeker paint, as this does have a habit on the top here of cracking in the sunlight. And then we've just have a run through the nav kit. So we've got a Raymarine E120, which at the time was the highest spec model that Raymarine did. There'll be a 240E DSC radio, which handset will be downstairs. We've got an ST60 depth, little battery monitoring voltage, that must be a retrofit, charging socket for iPhone, and then these are all your push button switches for things like light systems, battery link switch, anchor winch, bilge pump controls, the horn, etc. So they were trademark Sunseeker panels. You'll notice up here this dashboard has been recovered at some stage in a black wrap. It's actually not bad. A little bit of ruffling up on the sealant there around the edges of the panels here, but it wouldn't take much to tidy that up, and the actual boards themselves are pretty good. Steering wheel's been changed at some point, as it's got the newer style rotating logo there that always stays the right way up. And then we've got Volvo's standard digital engine displays, temperatures and pressures and what have you. And we'll just turn the ignitions on, see what the hours flash up at. So we're reading 558 on the port, 559 on the starboard, so very low for the year. And then tucked down here on the starboard we've got these EBC fly-by-wire throttle and gear controls, so very easy in and out of gear for manoeuvring. And there's your bow thruster control, so everything's nice to hand. Just turn those ignitions back off so the fans aren't running. I will try and show you the engines, but on 43s they're quite restricted, so tucked under these sun pad cushions, a bit hard to see, but we've got these removable trays here which are used for storage. They literally lift out, and then underneath you can see those lovely D6 engines. I say they're turbocharged, aftercooled, so very quick up onto the plane, and they're pretty efficient as well. The boat like this running about 65 litres an hour at fast cruise speed. So we'll head downstairs and take a look inside. So we've got satin wood finish, which is a cherry, teak steps, and then classic Sunseeker colours again with the cream leather and the cream carpets. A little bit of milkiness on the table here, a bit hard to see on the camera, but if that bothered you enough, we could replace this table with something that wasn't in a wood, so you could do a contrast in here. Very hard to match up anything that's faded like that. Either learn to live with it, or I say do something very different. And then we've got cherry wood, safe detailing down the side. Again, you see a little bit of milkiness in the doors, but again, by this age it really adds a bit of character to the boat, so generally most owners learn to just accept it for what it is. Alpine head unit up there for stereo system, little things like wardrobe. There's the subwoofer for the fusion system, so some more speakers up in the ceiling here. Those are the bow sunbathing cushions, which we just have a lift up. They look, condition wise, they all look pretty serviceable, so you have to excuse me not being able to put them out today, as I don't really want to do a full detail viewing here. Worktop's all good condition. Sometimes we see these cracking if the boat's had a hard life, but this one looks pretty good. That's your main switch panel where you've got control for starting generators and what have you, and then these are just storage cupboards. Oh, we've got some paper towel and disinfectant in there. That's worth a few quid today. Crockery drawer, little bit of storage. What you see in the photos will come with the boat, all the various bits and pieces that are in the cupboard. Then up top, again, little bit of storage. Previous owner retrofitted another TV here, which looks like it's on some kind of hinging bracket. So if we just pull that pin out, that hinges out just to make it viewable from the table opposite. Nice little feature. And then we'll find the light switch for here. Excuse the fan, it's quite loud. LED lights in there, so that's a good sized bathroom. So the boat's got a hot water system as well, so there's a shower compartment there. It's electric vacuum flush toilet with a holding tank. Shut that back up. That actual back cushion lifts up to make another single, so we've got 4 beds in here. There's the double up forward there, hidden underneath the cushions, and then we've got to say 2 more beds here, so you can sleep 4 plus potentially another couple out in that cockpit underneath the canvas. So it's a very it's a compact weekender, but it's very much usable for a week away on the water if you want to. She's on the market £169,995, tax paid, say 3rd owner from new, and she's currently ashore at Swanwick Marina here on the Hamble River. Viewings will be possible in due course once travel restrictions are removed, and onward shipping to anywhere else in the world, of course, is no problem at all. I say, and as a Sunseeker London dealer approved stock boat, she'll come with a full preparation service, say cleaning, polishing, testing all systems, etc., to ensure she's ready to go for the next owner. If you'd like to find out any more information, there's a library of photos online. Check out the website, which is www.sunseekersouthampton.com. So my name is James Lumley, and my mobile is +44 7747 686 587, or you can email me james@sunseekersouthampton.com with any questions you might have, so I can give you a talk about the boat, or if there's anything else in the range you think might be more suitable to your needs. We'd love to hear from you. I say sorry it's a brief tour today, but I hope it's given you an insight into this popular model, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.